Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video for you. I wanted to do this quick little video just to give you some tips and advice about how to handle when we have a market pump, like a whale sweeping pump on a particular item, collectible, comic, whatever, and how you can actually benefit from this and how you can not miss the boat on some of these sweeps that happen, right? So let's talk about this really quickly. What happened earlier today, and this is July the 5th. 2022. And what happened earlier today is that the Sergeant Fury comic right here, the secret rare, you can see it over here, it actually had a nice pump today. What happened is people came in and swept the floor up on this one earlier today and drove the price all the way up to around 500 gems or so. And there were left only about 15 listings on the market. So it was a nice pump that happened, a nice, like, quick one that nobody knew was going to happen. And it drove the price up, right? So anyway, what happened next, and this happens all the time on Veve, and it's going to happen more, okay? So this is why I'm doing this video, just to give you some tips and advice, right? So this is going to happen again on certain collectibles, and you might own some of those comics or collectibles, and you might be wanting to sell them at some point, make some profits or whatever you want to do, right? So there's a way to do that without missing these pumps, right? There's a way that you can actually position yourself so you don't miss out, because what happened here with this particular one is that as soon as the pump happened, as soon as it was already over with and all the items were already bought, like all the secret rares were bought by a whale or two, then people started to like jump in on it and try to get sales and try to take advantage of the floor being raised. But it would, at that point, it's too late. Like the pump is already over. So what happened is now you look at it right here later today, and there's 36 now listed, and there was only 15 before. So you can see all these people jumped in and tried to like take advantage of the increase in price. The only issue, like the only problem is that they missed it because this happened already. And so now you have nothing but sellers in there. And what happens is that the sellers, they start undercutting each other because they're desperate to get those sales, and those they're desperate to jump in on this and actually get some profits, right? Which is nothing wrong with doing that with selling, right? For sure. But there's a way to do this that's better, right? Because you don't want to miss out, and you certainly do not want to be reacting to a pump that already happened and it's already done. Like this happens on other platforms as well. Like I see it all the time on the OpenSea. People miss that pump, and once it reaches a certain high level, people jump in and everybody jumps in and they all start undercutting each other, and it drives the price right back down, right? And just so you know, whales want this to happen, okay? So whales, they'll pick an item that they know is great. They'll wait till the price is nice and low and juicy, and then they'll sweep up a bunch, and then they'll stop buying, and then everyone will jump in and drive the price back down over the next few weeks, and then they'll just do it again, right? So anyway, this is one way to get around that. So let me just talk about this Iron Man comic right here. Now, I don't know if anything's going to happen with this particular secret rare, but this particular secret rare, this same exact thing could happen in the future, right? So if you own one of these and you want to actually take advantage of the future pump, whenever it could be, the future sweep, you're going to want to get ahead of it. You don't want to be reacting to it, because once you see it, it's already finished and all the buying has already happened. And then it just turns into a selling frenzy, right? So you want to take one like this, you want to list it somewhere in the middle. This is the advice I'm going to give. If you want to, somewhere not on the floor, but somewhere kind of above the floor where you can make a little bit more gems, and you want to put it somewhere up here, wherever you're comfortable, it's totally up to you. But this is what I would do. I would put it somewhere in this area, because the next time that this happens, or the first time that this pumps and somebody sweeps everything, you want to be one of the ones that gets swept, okay? You don't want to be one of the ones that is now reacting to this pump and jumping in and trying to sell, because it never works. Everybody just undercuts themselves all the way back down, right? And then the cycle repeats itself, and like a few weeks later, a month later, it gets swept again, and you lose out again because you end up delisting because, your item is now cheap, right? And you don't want to. So you got to put it somewhere in the middle right here. And then when the next pump happens, like I said, yours will be one of the ones that gets swept up. You just put it there and forget about it, right? That's the best way to do it, right? So let me know about what you think about this. This is just a quick little video about that. Remember, this cycle happens all the time on Veve. It happens like in other projects as well, on the OpenSea and other projects. You never want to be the one that's listing while the pump is like reaching its peak, because you miss out. Everybody's doing that, right? So list ahead of time. if you want to like sell something at a certain level, just put it there, forget about it. And one day you might wake up in the morning and the whole thing might be swept, right? And you'll get your profits. Here's one last point I wanted to make right here, right? If you do miss the pump and you do not get it and you notice it too late and it's already at its peak, I would personally recommend not listing it all at that point, especially not undercutting, because what you want to have if you own one of these is you want to have the floor stay high. So if you jump in there and you start trying to like get that sale after it's already happened and there's no sellers, there's no buyers anymore, there's only sellers, you're just going to drive the price down and you're going to devalue your own collectible. A new floor gets raised and you're going to want to keep it. Maybe wait a few days and try to sell it at that point after the, everybody stops undercutting, right? That could be another thing to do as well. So let me know what you think about that. I'll see you in the next video. Happy collecting.